But if not for Pat and her vision and her tenacity to improve the nonprofit sector, I really do not think, I honestly do not think that our nonprofits would be as ethical, as strong, as well run, and as accountable to their donors. And that's statewide, not just here in Oklahoma City.
Ray and Pat Potts are a dynamic duo of giving. They see a problem and set out to fix it.
I would certainly agree that Ray and Pat Potts are problem solvers. They are people that are willing to tackle an issue that on which everyone may not agree. And they have a way of working with others that have divergent views that is rare. They are both persistent but gracious, and they are inclusive and listening to the ideas of others and trying to see how those ideas can be incorporated into the goals they're trying to achieve. And that's what I call servant leadership, and they're really great at it.
It was Pat that saw Oklahoma's nonprofits could use some guidance.
I saw a lot of nonprofits that didn't understand financial management or personnel management or much of any of the aspects of running a business, and yet even though they were nonprofit, it was a business, and they thought all they needed was a good heart. And so I started pushing, you got to have a combination of head and heart if you're going to succeed in the nonprofit sector, and that was the beginning of the Center for Nonprofits.
The center is one focus of the Potts Family Foundation. The other is revealing the link between early childhood development and economic growth.
If kids don't get the stimulation and nurture they need, the brain doesn't get wired to where it can grow and adapt to all the opportunity around it.
To educate a person, they have got to have the capabilities of learning when they go into school. And I'd never realized how important the first 5 years of a child's life. Now, a child doesn't get to choose the parents. Unfortunately, that's the way life happens. But nevertheless, if that child is born into a family that understands the nurturing, the caregiving, the singing, the touching, all of the things that stimulates that brain, 85% develops after birth. And it's during that time, it's building the platform for when the child goes into a formal school, they have the foundation to learn and to read and develop.
For 62 years, they've supported each other's goals and worked side by side. Ray waited for her to get a college degree. She helped him through law school when he thought the oil business looked like a bad bet.
I'd been there 1 year and they fired a third of the geologists, and I thought, man, there's no future to this. So that's when I went to night school at OCU to get a law degree. And that was a grind too. But the beauty of that was it taught me enough about the legal profession to know when I really needed a lawyer.
They have taught people and communities new skills, but are still learning too.
I have a chance to work with a lot of younger people, and I think I learn more from them than they learn from me. Just new ideas, new ways of looking at a problem, and the energy is just catching.
And they have given their time and talents through many organizations as well as their own.
When we formed the foundation, it was more to support Pat's work and trying to help other nonprofits do a better job at what they do, thinking it would take less money from the community if they were, a lot of people have great ideas, but they maybe don't know how to develop a board or how to raise money and do all of those things. And so initially she was doing most of that while I was still running the oil and gas business.
In the work we do here, consider education a lifelong learning process that starts at birth. And the more that parents know how to nurture and stimulate their children, the more prepared they're going to be when it's time to start school. And if they do well in school, then they're more likely to get higher quality jobs. And if they have higher quality jobs, they're more likely to succeed in life. So Yeah, we think education is just basic to success and fulfillment.
The Potts Family Foundation is a family effort now, intently focused on making positive changes for the next generation. They have asked many community leaders to help.
We call it the 25 by 25 initiative, and that means that we want to be among the top 25 states by 2025. And now we are in the very bottom on almost every indicator of child well-being.
They call their foundation small but loud. It has contributed millions to bettering our communities and has been loud enough to make real solutions happen. It's who they are.
The tenacity that they have is incredible. They have a vision. They see a problem that needs to get fixed. They have a vision for how to fix it, and they don't stop.
It has been the goal of Oklahoma City University for its entire history to produce graduates that would be successful in their chosen field of endeavor. But beyond that, they would have a sense of civic and community engagement that would give them an opportunity to give back. Ray and Pat Potts fulfilled that vision of servant leadership as well as anyone I know. They are just people who have been very successful in their business endeavors, but have been equally successful in their giving back to others and being leaders in their community.
For all they have given, for all they still want to give, we honor Ray and Pat Potts with the Oklahoma Commerce and Industry Hall of Honor's Lifetime Achievement Award.